Red alert, RBT, snaps in chat. Hey, y'all. Coming to you today, this wonderful Wednesday, February the 25th. Man, this month really flew by fast, but that's okay because we're going to make it last forever doing what we do for ourselves for this quote unquote Black History Month. But for me, every month that we celebrate is Black History. I got a special guest with me today, y'all. Y'all know who it is. Give it up, give it up. Blue Eyes in the house. Hey, girl, how are you?
Shout out and greetings from New Orleans. Last time I was in LA talking to you. Yeah, now I'm back home in New Orleans.
Glad to have you back. How was your trip in LA?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I spent 5 days there. Spent 2 days with my friend in Hollywood. And then the other 3 days downtown, literally right across the street from where the Grammys took place, which is now called the Crypto Arena, but it was the Staples Center.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad to have you here on the show today. This is a follow-up show. If you haven't seen the last show when she was on it, go back a couple Wednesdays. You'll see she was on there just before the Grammys. And we had a beautiful show. She was in Cali with some beautiful lemons behind her. Y'all got to check it out. So I'm coming to you today from Out of the Mud Inc. And Out of the Mud, we out here doing our thing. Come join us. Chime in if you want to. 248-820-5053. Give me a call. Jump on the chat line. I'm sure you might got some questions for him, aka Blue Eyes. But other than that, I want to give a shout out to I almost messed that up. James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and George F. Grundy II, and Larry Lott for making it happen for me today. I appreciate you guys. Man, Alicia, I got so much stuff I need to ask you and talk to you about. It ain't enough hours in a day. You're a busy woman out there these days.
Yes, I call it a good time for busy.
It is. And that's why this show is called The Goodness of His Grace, because we are out here on basically borrowed time, and everything that we do, we need to do it with the goodness of His grace, because this is how we're able to do these things, right?
That's
so
right.
one of the things I like to ask you is, tell me now, what was the Grammys like, girl?
It was first of all, I have to say happy belated birthday to Jelly. I saw the beautiful pictures, and it looked like everybody had a wonderful time. So speaking of the goodness of and the grace of God, for such a beautiful little girl. So, and to see how, wonderful love surrounding her, and the cute cake and everything. But to answer your question, I just had to get that out. So shout out to Jelly.
Shout out to Jelly.
Yeah. Well, to answer your question, the Grammys was wonderful. It was amazing. Like you said before, I was so happy just to be surrounded by like non-GMO foods, non-genetically modified food, and real fruit trees. I'm like, Lord. But it was great. They treated us wonderful. They treated all the Grammy nominees great. They had different brunches, different lunches, different dinners for us.
Were you on a schedule? Did y'all have like an itinerary schedule, or you just do what you wanted to do while you were there?
I mean, you could do what you wanted to do, but I mean, they had events that were honoring you. So most people wanted to attend, that were nominated for their Grammys, attended, and it was wonderful. I mean, we got a nice little gift. We got a lot of different gifts, but the one that I was like, ooh, was my gift from Tiffany and Company, the Tiffany blue box with the white bow. I was like, I didn't even want to open the box. They were like, open it. And I'm like, no. I didn't want to keep it, but I was like, no. But they were like, you have to open it so you can take pictures with the gifts, that we gave you. So I opened it, and it was wonderful. It was, I should have pulled it out. I should have brought it.
Yeah, I would have loved to see that.
You know what? I can get it for you. I'm in my house. Okay. So I'm gonna try and do a walkthrough without you seeing all my business. But
well, while you're doing that, I want to share something while we're talking about the goodness of His grace and reminiscing about things that we do that we love, right? So one of the things that I wrote a while ago in one of my books, this book is called The Feelings of Life with All Its Ups and Downs. I wrote in here, it's called My True Statement Number 2. Just because you think you got it all together does not mean that anyone else believes in your journey. Sometimes it is better to move forward with great force without making waves. At that point, you will finally finish the chapter of a story that seemed to never end. That was just my true
Amen.
statement and
And
what I've been
salute to
watching.
you. Salute to you. I love bragging, like, oh, yes, she has so many books out. You need to go check it out because it's not just, oh, she has some books. These books can actually help better your life and they're positive and uplifting. And in today's society, that's the main reason I think a lot of people don't even want to turn on or tell you, I don't watch the news. It's depressing. But what you put into the world is positive and
I'm
uplifting. So
trying to
salute
pour
to you.
into people, pour into
Yeah.
people that pour into me, just like with you. The things that you do, when I play your music, people be like, "Who is that?" And I be singing the words, and they looking at me, and my son be singing the words, my daughter be singing. They looking at us like, "How y'all know this song?" And I'm like, "That was my sister. She wrote that." And they don't, I got that CD. I should have brought that CD so I could have
Yeah.
showed it. The next time I will, I'll bring it. But you are an amazing artist. I want to
Thank
know
you.
what's your favorite top 3 things about New Orleans.
Okay. Top three things that I love the most about New Orleans. Number one, the people. The people are
Always
very
about the
beautiful,
people.
very hospitable, very warm, very welcoming people. Um, you know, Number two, the food. The
I did
food
get a
is
chance to taste
yummy.
that food. It's good.
Yes,
Okay.
Lord. It's dangerously good. That's why I got nothing but kale and fruits and vegetables in my fridge right now. I'm cleansing because you get spoiled down here. You don't even ever have to reach for salt and pepper because everything is
Really?
so flavored.
It's fresh
Number
and
three,
oh
yeah,
goodness.
fresh and just amazing. Number three, I would say the musicians and the way we're treated as musicians down here,
Okay.
as artists. Some people that might have seen me, they'll see me, oh, and they're not from here. So I sort of, smile like, oh, I wonder what, no, because I don't sing just in venues and clubs. I actually sing outside in the French Quarter. And
Okay.
it's really different than anywhere else in America. Like fun fact, like when they say, a lot of people will say, oh, my city's like nowhere else. Yeah, that's true. Shout out to my hometown, Flint, Michigan. There is no place like Flint. But for New Orleans, the rest of America, fun fact, is 250 years old. New Orleans is the oldest city in America. It's 300 years old.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of
I
people
didn't
don't
know
know
that.
that unless they know,
The
but
book you so the book you wrote, does it have a lot of that fun fact stuff in there? I know it's like a magazine booklet and
oh
I've seen it,
yeah,
yes,
my
ma'am.
book,
Yeah.
Hidden
So
Gems, The Beauty of New Orleans.
Hidden Gems. Check that book out, y'all. Go to Amazon and check that out.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, where can people find your merch at?
Well, they can find my merchandise, my music. I have my albums, many different albums. One of my favorite is Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes Live at the New Orleans Jazz Museum with my 7-piece band. You can find that on my Bandcamp page.
Okay.
Just put into Google Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes, or Bandcamp Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes. I have a website, Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes. If you put that into Google, the website is usually the first thing that pops up. That's where you can purchase my merchandise, my t-shirts, my cups, my cup holders. It'll take you to my YouTube channel, which has about 23,000 subscribers. It'll take you where I talk and I walk through the French Quarter. You can see me just documenting everything, yeah, so
Really?
this is my Tiffany box. Can
Oh,
you
that's
see?
cool.
Uh-oh.
Uh, we got someone that chimed in and he said, "Hey, drop it in the chat." Okay. Um, well, I'm not able to drop it in the chat
Oh, the
now, but we
link,
definitely
my
will.
link.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Drop
Um,
it in the chat. Oh, yeah. Yep. Drop it in the chat. Somebody
well, I'm
interested in
using my
checking it
cell
out.
phone right now, but okay. I definitely don't want
It's
to
gonna be
hang
hard to
up,
do
but
that.
yeah, if it's not too hard, I'll
Just
say it a
if you
few
can
times.
check back, caller, check back in, and we'll put it in the chat for you. So,
Sure will.
yes, we will. So the social media platforms also, yeah, that's a nice box. What's inside that box?
Could you see the words Tiffany and Company?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes.
this is one of my favorite gifts. Um and it's just I was nominated for a Grammy this year, which was really unexpected. I always let people know, hey, I'm independent, and to me that means a lot. That means I don't go chasing, you know, the game. I don't go chasing the music industry. I'm just thankful to God that He gave me a gift that I can sing, and
Goodness
you
of his
know,
grace.
you know,
Yes.
and so that came out of nowhere. So let me see. This says Recording Academy. I don't know if you can see. It's a you
Yes.
see this? You put it around your
Yes.
neck, but it says Recording Academy. It's heavy. I'm not gonna front. And
I believe
on
it.
the back it says Grammy nominee. I don't know if you can see that. Grammy
Yep.
nominee.
Yes. That
Um
reminds me of when Clarissa got her first gold medal. You have it. Yeah,
I
that's
love
cool.
Clarissa Shields. I've never
That's
met
right.
her,
Shout
but
out,
I
girl.
love
The
her.
GOAT. I went to that
I
fight,
love
just so you know.
her.
I went to that fight and messed around, left my phone at home, couldn't get no pictures, but I enjoyed myself there.
Oh,
I
you went to the
promise you.
fight this
Yes,
weekend?
ma'am. Yes,
Oh
ma'am.
my gosh, that's so cool. I
Mhm.
wish. That's so cool. Yeah, shout out to Clarissa, but I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just get excited
No, you're good.
anytime I
You're
hear
good.
that sister's name. So, what were you saying about
Right.
her?
Straight from Flint, just like you. It's a lot of talented people that coming out of Flint doing things. I mean, you came out of Flint and went to the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? You've been other
Mhm.
places though, but we talked about that already before. But man, the Grammys, you know,
Yeah.
I,
I
I I'm
mean, I
I
was
hope
in
I can make it to
rooms
the grocery store. You made it to the Grammys, you know what I'm
and
saying?
it was almost surreal. Like at one point, we were all being seated to sit down at the actual Grammys, and Ti and Tiny literally are walking right past me, and Kalani, the singer, is walking right past, and I'm just sort of quiet, like because I feel, to be honest, like man, we're all doing the same thing. We're all artists trying to put out a message or our art. So I guess I didn't feel like, oh, I was excited to see Ti. I'm not gonna front, but I just never had it into me to. And I almost said something to Tiny because she might not remember, but she really is nice. Her and I used to talk back and forth on social media. But this was like
Okay.
years ago. And people kept trying to stop him. And she's so nice. So don't quote me saying anything wrong, but she seemed a little like, oh, can we go? Can we keep it moving? Can we get to our seat? She had that look. So I didn't, I was just happy to
So
be there. Yeah.
we
The
had
most
I can't
exciting
even
thing
what does
I
that
have to
say?
say
I
is
am supreme. I am supreme said, congratulations on your nomination. And that's amazing. Come on,
thank
God's
you.
people. Amen. Amen. Thanks for tuning in. I am Supreme Caliente. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I am
Clientele. Oh, I'm
supreme.
sorry.
Thank
I am
you.
Supreme
Thank
Clientele.
you.
I thought it was Caliente.
Respect to you. Okay.
Okay, I could be wrong. Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name, but I see you chiming in quite a bit. Thank you very, very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Coming to you today from Out of the Mud Inc., where we're making it happen in downtown Flint. See, I'm still right here, rooted and planted Flint. I even got my Out of the Mud brown on today. I
All
called myself
right.
Dirty Red today. Last week I was Bloody Red. But anywho, we ain't gonna talk about that. But I just wanted to say that just being excited about your journey gets me excited to watch you and to know that, okay, y'all, here's the bombshell. That's my sister. She's blue, I'm red. Hey, just so you know. So I'm very excited for you. I'm very proud of you. I know that the journey ain't always been easy, right? There have been some
Well,
struggles,
no.
but you never gave
Mhm.
up though. Remember, I just called you last week or so and said, or 2 weeks ago maybe. I said, "How do you do it?" Because some days I just wanna give up. How do you do it to just walk away and just say, "Okay, I'm gonna start this thing up and do this and keep going without the background noise, without the naysayers?" How do you do it? Rough.
Well, first of all, I keep God close. I might not. I take Him very personal and private with me everywhere I go. I was raised in the church, so it has been instilled in me, to know that He is my creator and my protector and my everything. So I have a very personal, quiet, close relationship with Him. Um, but yeah, I mean. I don't know, I think I've always sort of believed in myself. I might have had moments. We all
That's
have
good
moments.
though.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I always like. I just remember even being a child, like always believing in myself and being supported. I'm gonna be,
Mhm.
kids in the neighborhood. Hey, Blue Eyes, come sing a song, sing a song. So I always felt like, wow, I have something that people really like. This is cool. Excuse me. And even when there might have been times um where I felt like I was might have been being picked on because you're a child and you don't know what's going on. Like, oh, you think you're all that because you're black with blue eyes, and I used to be like, no. And oh, you think you
I can hear
somebody
you
because
saying that.
because you could sing or something. No. And
Mhm.
I never forget one time they were just like, yeah, we're gonna beat you up. And I was like, they didn't even tell me. I got off the bus and all the cool, which is to this day, it fascinates me. All the hustlers, the preps, the jocks, the pretty girls, the handsome boys, the tough people. They all were waiting at the bus stop. Like anybody put a hand on Blue Eyes, you got to go through us.
I know
So
that's
I
right.
always was like, you know what? I've always sort of been protected, and as an adult, I think about it. I'm like, you know what? All those people that like stood up for me that day, like anybody beat up Blue Eyes, you got to go through us. In hindsight, they were the secure ones. They were like maybe how I was, like, oh, I know I can sing. They were like, oh, he knows he can play football. This one knows he's funny. She knows she's beautiful, but she has a brain and she's about to go be a nurse. They all had confidence. And in hindsight, the ones that wanted to bully or pick on, and we can
Oh,
see this in adulthood, they were the most insecure. So a lot of now in hindsight, like to look back at that, I was like, oh, okay, that's what insecurity is. I'm insecure,
okay.
I'm not comfortable. So I've always had felt confident in my art and in my voice.
Okay.
And yeah, and I always felt like I was
All right.
different
Well,
and
I am supreme. That's yeah, but that's good because that's what people need to hear. But I want to see. He said, "I'm trying to read, girl. You know I'm blind as a bat, but I got my glasses on." He said,
ah,
how do I get on the RBT show?" Well, are you in Flint? If you are, you can come right down to the studio. If not, I can get the link sent to you in your email. Let's see here. How can he get on? Are you trying to get on tonight's show? Send it to where? Okay, I am supreme. We will get with you after the show to get you that information so you can chime in. And you can chime into the Sassy T show too as well. Um, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. So once again, while you're down there and you're doing all these things and being an independent artist, what singers have inspired you to you that made you say, okay, I want to do this a little better. I want to showcase this a little more. What singers can you let me know that you're, you know, look up to or inspired by?
Mahalia Jackson. I love Mahalia Jackson. For those of you not up on Mahalia Jackson, YouTube. Um, Aretha Franklin. And for me, Aretha Franklin, I'll be honest, is like
Okay.
always been my number one. And I say she's my number one because
Uh-huh.
I feel like she could do anything. I've seen her do gospel albums, R&B albums, disco music, soul. The defining moment for me was one that night at the Oscars, the opera singer Luciano Pavarotti wasn't able to perform, and he
Ooh,
asked Aretha Franklin, literally as they announced it, the day of, if she could sing a song, his opera song, and Nessa and Durma, and she did it. She performed it. You can see that on YouTube to this day. And to see this soul sister sing opera and add so much soul to that song blew me away. And I
okay.
said, this woman can do everything. So that, like, always, I was like, yeah, I want to be like that. So I grew up studying opera. I love to speak different languages. I love to sing gospel. That's where the gift comes from, in my opinion,
Mhm.
my creator. I love to sing jazz, soul, country. I love the Judds. I love
Everything.
Billie Holiday, Louis Armstrong, Aretha Franklin, Nina Simone, the Judds, singing in French, singing in Spanish, um, singing opera. I love it
Okay.
all. And I
Who was
only
the
said
third
two.
one?
Yeah, I was going
Who's
to
the
say I
third
only
one?
said two. Marvin Gaye.
Oh,
It's
that was
between
a good
Marvin
one right
Gaye and
there.
Stevie Wonder. Yeah, it's definitely between both of them,
I was
Marvin
gonna say
Gaye and
Stevie, 'cause
yeah.
I used to know you used to love you some Stevie. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, and Miles Coltrane.
Yeah, and Stevie Wonder is also
Huh?
horoscope.
Oh,
His
not
horoscope
oh, I
sign is
said it all backwards. John Coltrane and Miles Davis.
yeah, yeah.
He had to correct me.
But Stevie Wonder and I share the same horoscope. We're both
Oh,
Tauruses, so I don't really get too caught up in the signs. But I remember as a kid, I was like, "Oh, he's a Taurus. I'm a Taurus," and "Oh, he loves music. I love music." So I remember always loving Stevie Wonder.
so what's in the future for you? What do you got any shows, other performances, any surprise things you're gonna pop out on me, girl? What you got going
Yes,
on
and
for the future?
excuse me for
Okay.
popping my gum. I hope y'all can't hear me. I just keep looking, seeing myself like blowing
We can
bubbles. I'm
see
like,
it, we can't hear it.
oh, sorry. Shout out to Trident. But what was I gonna say? I sing every Saturday and Sunday. If any of y'all coming down to New Orleans to enjoy yourself, every Saturday and Sunday, you can
Mhm.
find me in the French Quarter at the French Market performing Saturday and Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. I have an upcoming performance at the French Quarter Festival, which some say is larger than the New Orleans Jazz Fest. I don't know. It's getting really huge. Private
Wow.
events. Just returned literally this weekend from singing at a private event. Asked to sing at somebody's 50th birthday party. It was absolutely beautiful. It was
I know,
up in
I
the
saw you guys
hill.
chauffeured in and everything, girl. I saw that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
I'm
that.
not gonna
I was
front.
like, clock that tea.
It was cute. Yeah, the treatment was wonderful. First class flight, chauffeured everywhere I had to go. The food was impeccable. Some people might be like, "Ew," but they even had caviar, and I love caviar with
I
creme
eat that.
fraiche. And girl, it was so
Okay.
delicious. And
Well, I got,
yeah,
some questions. I got, my producer got some questions for you today.
okay,
Alright.
How are you today?
bring it on.
You doing all right today?
Yes, I am,
All right,
brother.
all right.
Happy Black History Month with that
Most
bass in your
definitely.
voice. Okay, shout out to the
Sure.
bass. Yes. Yes, sir.
You want me to get deeper?
All right now.
Take that bedroom voice off.
Look, this
How
is
you
my
doing,
regular voice.
sister?
I know, go
I
ahead,
know.
girl.
Yeah, I just said bass. Yeah, I love the bass. Yeah.
So you were
Everything
speaking
reminds me
about
of
the
music.
cuisine of New Orleans, the cuisine. So I was wondering if you ever went to Emily and Edgar Chase's restaurant.
You mean Leah Chase or
Leah, it transitioned to Leah Chase, Dookie Chase, the restaurant.
yes, the best. The best.
So a lot of people that are not a part of the culture or understand New Orleans don't understand the significance of that restaurant. Can you break it down for people to let them know the historical significance of that, and then rest in peace to Leah?
Yes. I can give you the best I can. Well, first of all, it's a very historical Black-owned restaurant, and people from literally all over the world come to New Orleans specifically to go to Dookie Chase's restaurant. If you come down here, you're going to be looking for the name Dookie Chase. And if any of you guys remember, The Princess and the Frog,
That
that
movie.
movie is based
The
off
Disney
of.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie, The Princess and the Frog. It's based off of Leah Chase. Like she wanted to be a chef, but I think
Really?
hopefully some of you guys, yeah, it's literally like if you go to Disney World, they to this day they like to have a whole New Orleans theme down there, and they honor Leah Chase at Disney World, and they let you know, hey, that movie was completely trying to pay homage and based off of the great Leah Chase. So the food
Okay.
is smacking, it's delicious. And yeah, once again, I mean, you'll never be reaching for salt. It's so delicious. The food is so well seasoned, and it's historical, it's
Right. So to
really
my
great.
understanding, the historic part of it is because during the civil rights movement, they supported the movement so much that there were private meetings and very strategic strategy meetings that were held there when the different racist groups were trying to shut down other organizations. That restaurant never folded. They've had presidents, kings, sultans, and I think they have a 1.5 year wait time when it comes to what the reservations.
That's what
What?
I've heard. Yeah.
You mean to
I'm
tell
telling
me
you, when I
people will get
say
in? They wait that long to get in there to
They
eat?
wait until next year
people
to get
from
in there.
So you can't. That's
all
not
over
a
the
restaurant you can just
world.
pull up to and walk in and order.
No, this is international historical. That's another thing, like to tie into why another reason why I love New Orleans. They really are historical. Like this is a very historical. Like I said, it's 300 years old. It's older than any other city in America. And a lot of people in the entire world, they study the history sometimes more than we study our own history. Even people from New Orleans might not know everything, but um people all over the world know, like, oh, Leah Chase, Dookie Chase, New Orleans, we're on our way. So that's not surprising. I've always heard that too, that like you have to book really really in advance.
Oh wow.
And I want to thank you for last time when you serenaded us with that song that you gave us. It was very beautiful, and I appreciate it. And I'm appreciative of how you're representing Flint and yourself, and
Yeah.
and taking those blue eyes all over the world.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of places. I mean, I think she touched bases
Thank
on that the
you.
last time. And before we leave today, if you don't mind, I just want to hear a little bit of I Won't Complain, because the reason why is because of the things that I mentioned, the goodness, the gospel song. You know what I'm talking about.
No,
The
I know what you're
goodness.
talking about, but
That's
uh-huh.
gonna be too much. That's gonna be too hard for you.
No,
Not
no,
too hard.
no.
Ain't nothing too hard for you, girl. But I don't want it because I know you got to work. I know you be putting your
No,
whole
no.
soul in it. You
I
good?
sing any chance. Yeah, I love singing.
Okay. So once again, coming to you from out of the mud, y'all. Chime in, tune in. Excuse me, I was going to say 810 248 820 5053. You can call or jump on the chat line. Giving a shout out to George F. Grundy II, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and Larry Lott, allowing this to happen. I also want to give a shout out to MUA Jock. Shop with her for all your beauty needs at www.shopmakeupismylife.com. And again, April Williams. Woo, woo, woo. Look her up on Facebook, y'all. It's April Williams. She is the oil lady. Her oils are, as we would say when we were kids, bussing. Her oils are bussing. I want to drop one more, one of my little chat. I ain't gonna say it's a chat. One of my little lessons things from you. This is called Life Lessons I've Learned #1. I cannot help but to wonder why some people look down on others when they are 2 steps ahead with disgust, all the while knowing they were in that same spot 2 seconds ago. I had to say that because I'm tired of people trolling Clarissa. I mean, the girl's doing her thing, but I don't know about you, so I had to bring that up. Do you have people? Because I mean, I'm going to say you're known all over because people follow you, they listen to your music, they chime in, they see you live all the time. Do you ever run into something where you be like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of why I was asking about how you do it. I know it's people are
No,
probably trying
the
to
whole
get
world
on your
is
nerve.
like perfect. No, I'm just joking. Of course. But first of all, before I go any further, I didn't say thank you to the brother that I was speaking to. So thank you. I appreciate your words and I appreciate how much you share and want to make sure that people do know the history and at least a little bit of the history when it comes to the greats. Again, happy Black History Month, such as Leah Chase and Dookie Chase restaurant and the city of New Orleans. Yeah, I'm born Black with natural blue eyes. So
Yep,
as
like
a
you just said.
child, you know what I mean? You just learn to accept like what I said. Sorry, the camera, my phone. What I said I came to terms with was, oh, if someone's messing with you or trying to mock you or talk about you or oh well, I remember, because I'm from a small town. New Orleans is a small town, and I used to say, oh my gosh, like for example, when it came to like just meeting someone new, it could be a homegirl or a guy, um, there's always, not always, but there's always that one that wants to, oh, well, I remember 20 years ago when she fell
Yes.
and hurt her knee and she was crying and her nose was all running and everybody was looking at, like, they just want to make sure they find something
Yes.
that has nothing
Like
positive
they
to
have
do.
never been involved with any incident of their life that was unperfect. And that's what get on my nerve too. It really does. Because I got people here in my own hometown. They know what I do. Everybody who know, they'll call me in a minute. Can you write a poem for such and such funeral or birthday or wedding? Can you do this for me? Can you do that? But then I got these books, and I'm not asking you to get them. I'm just saying if you want a good word, you calling me. I'm like, go on and get the knowledge right there.
Tell
You know,
the
and
truth and
it's like they're
shame the
doing it.
devil.
What was that, sis?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I said tell the truth.
Said, tell the truth, shame the
Tell the
devil.
truth, shame the devil. Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. What I'm doing is not for likes and clicks or shares. I'm doing it out of goodness of his grace and out of my heart, because I wasn't always this person. And I do have a past, but my past has passed. So I'm moving forward. And as I move forward and make these necessary steps to walk my journey, I got people just like you, just like, you know, maybe my producer here and other people. There's people that's coming at you in different kind of angles. And then when you kind of ignore them and smile and keep moving, now they still want to dig their claws. I just don't get that. Why we just can't
I
be
look
kind
at
and
it
let it go?
I look at it like, you know, that's a test. You know, I know
Yes.
you might have heard that and you like, I don't want to hear that, but it could be a test. What I was gonna say, like certain things, when I ignore them, and well, I'll just be honest. When I learn to ignore them, and when I learn for it to, like, let me lie. First of all, I say, oh, this is the insecure person. Maybe they're not insecure. Maybe they're just hurting. You know what I mean? Because
Oh, that's a
anybody
good
that
way
wants
of
to
putting
put,
it.
yeah, because in my opinion, anyone that wants to put out negative energy or gossip, something's not quite right within their spirit. You know, I mean, we all
Amen.
like pay attention to the news, but you know, when I say gossip, I mean like the example I gave you, like, oh, just, or like you just threw in like, oh, well, people ask me for poems, but I have books. I would just let them know, like, absolutely, you want me to write something, but you know, I have a book that
Oh, I
totally
do.
speaks to what you're talking about. And then if
Yep.
they buy it, cool. If they don't, cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it's
I had to
most
learn
of the
that.
people, yeah, like I've learned that. My TikTok, like here's a good example: social media. Everybody has still, you know, there's documentaries about Netflix, how it affects us psychologically, regardless if we want to admit it or not. The first thing everybody does is wake up and go straight to their social media. Maybe not everybody, but oh, you know, but social media was a good example because you'll see people
Right.
complaining like, oh my gosh, all my high school friends follow me on Facebook, follow me on this, follow me on that. But the ones that purchase my albums or click like, or share my stuff the most, or purchase my merchandise, my clothes, and come to see me perform, are not people I grew up with. They're not like high school
I had to
buddies that
learn
I
that.
went. You know what I mean? And I would
Mhm.
hear people say that on social media too, like, yeah, it's never the ones that you grew up with. Maybe they're just still, you know what I mean? You were a reminder to them of
I
how
like
far
that.
they haven't come,
I
you
like
know,
that.
or how
I
far they
like
would
that.
like to go. And sometimes, you know what I mean? So I don't want to say everyone that's negative is insecure, but
Okay.
in my opinion, a
All
lot
right.
of times it
We got
it
another
is.
question.
Okay, so
We got
yeah, I
another
just want
question.
to finish that. So I give them empathy, and I say like a little prayer, like, oh, I hope they're okay, you know,
That's
because
all good.
nobody
Yeah.
is going around giving out negative energy unless something's wrong. You have to keep
Oh,
that in mind and not take it so personal, because we all will take it personal. Why were they mean to me? Why did they do this? Why did they do that?
right.
So all right,
No, but
I hope
those
that
are good.
helps.
I really love that. That's really good. But I have a question. Go ahead.
It was a statement and some
A
questions.
statement.
So,
I'm sorry.
because we're all from this community, I believe it's like a union based mentality. If you don't go to a certain church or you're not a part of a certain job, like the General Motors mentality, if you're not in that group, then I'm not supporting you. And so that, since all that stuff has shrunk, that mentality never shrank. So when we go to other places and people don't have that union mentality, they have like, hey, this is a global construct. This is a global community. And if we don't help in each other, then we're going to isolate ourselves from blessings. And I think that's the beautiful thing. So you had the ability to go somewhere and to absorb other people's love, and
Yes.
and know that you are great and special and unique. Also, I want to state, have you ever looked into or questioned, like, why do I have blue eyes? Like, Lord, why'd you give this to me? And have you searched like any other tribes or ethnicities that are of black, of the black hue, that have that same condition?
It's not a condition. No, I'm just
Well, I
saying. Yes,
apologize for
it's
that.
not.
Right.
And your
That
brown eyes.
I was
I'm very
losing my words.
defensive, as you can see. You see, I'm very. No, I'm just joking. I'm silly. I'm very silly. I'm
No,
sorry.
but you're right. I should have rephrased that in a different way.
I'm silly. No, I'm very silly. Absolutely. To answer your question, yes. When I was a child, I'll try and answer this as quickly as possible. When I was a child, I've never. Well, let me start off by saying I've never done the on television, the Ancestry.com or the kits.
21andMe or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
23andMe.
never
23andMe.
done that. But as a child, I just always believed and was told, hey, God made you this way for a reason, and so I was like, what? And they were like, no, he does not make mistakes. He made you black with blue eyes, because nobody else in my family has blue eyes. And so that even, like, okay, really, what's going on? And they're like, don't question God. He made you this way for a reason. And then I was like, oh, I sing too. So that's what I first thought, like on some, you call it spiritual or whatever. But then when I went into the world, quote unquote, left my hometown, Flint, Michigan, and went to like live in Chicago and New York, really, New York was where, the easiest way to say it is like, I met Busta Rhymes. Busta at one point wanted me to be part of the Flip Mode Squad. And I was like, what am I going to do? Sing y'all. But Buster and I were also Taurus and horoscopes. So we got along real well. But he called me Aborigine. And I was like, what's Aborigine? And he was like, there are black people in Australia that have natural blonde hair and blue eyes. Q-Tip would ask me like, are you West Indian? Are you West Indian? And I was like, what's that about? And he was like, there are black people with blue eyes in West Indian. I lived in Switzerland and I met a lot of African people. Now that's who my whole life, I was like, I need to sit down with my people, because they gonna know. My spirit always said the Africans will know. And people from Togo, they would say, oh yeah, there are people like you. Cameroon, they were like, yeah, there are people like you. They're black with blue eyes. And they always say the same thing. It has nothing to do with European ancestry, because of course in America, for our history and for many reasons, like, oh, well, who's white in your family? And I'm like, nobody. What do you
them, they don't make us.
That's right.
Yeah,
we make
I was
them,
like,
they don't make us.
Yeah, because I would be like, let me pick my afro. Like, you don't see my hair? I'm like, I'm black. And they were like, yeah. But but they were like, what? Why? But when I heard from Busta Rhymes, he called me Aborigine. Oh, and I also learned in New York that there are the Jamaicans that are called Maroons, and they were the ones, depending on who you speak to. It sounds like you are well read and well versed. There's two stories, so I don't want to be wrong, but the first thing I was told in New York, oh, the Maroons are the ones that were in Jamaica during slavery. They were up in the mountains. They had the locks and the blue eyes. And they fought off the slave catchers, but that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, and they were black with blue eyes.
Are we talking about Jamaica or Haiti?
Are
we talking about Jamaica or Haiti?
Jamaica. Yeah, because Wyclef Jean, shout out to Wyclef, he sat me down and told me about Haiti. And he told that was cool. But because I used to go to the Booger Basement, which is the name of the Fuji's studio and house in Jersey back in the day. But he told me about Haiti. But no, Jamaica had the Maroons with the blue eyes, and they're Maroons. And even if I meet Jamaicans to this day, even in New Orleans, they're like, yeah, man, I'm from Jamaica. And I'll just look at them and I say, I'm a Maroon. And then they smile. They say, yeah, you might be, So I didn't go to a science. I didn't order anything off television. I've heard many things. Yeah, I don't know if that helps answer.
What about
I mean,
Ethiopian honey?
I've heard there's people in New Orleans that are like, oh no, she's from here, she's us. And I'm like, well, technically I'm from Flint. But they're like, yo, no, no, she's from here. Look at her eyes, look at her eye. I've heard
It's just
Ethiopia, I've heard
cool.
Africa, I've heard Congo, Togo, I've heard so many things. Brazil, Australia.
Which to me is beautiful because that means that you're from everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're omnipotent. No, just kidding.
Y- y-
But I find it so astonishing that all these names that you just dropped, you did it with like less of like you're humble about it. And I know that you know these people because I've been around you all my life, and I know that these people have been around you and talked to you when you did music or sat with them and all these things. And I just find that so amazing. Like I would be so nervous all the time, but it's just like, that's how I know you were meant to do this. You were meant to be in this limelight of things because of the way you carry yourself around these eras and around these people and what you do. And man, the things that you've learned and picked up on, it's amazing. So to me, when you made it to the Grammys, I was like, where else she going? What else she finna do? You finna be Mrs.
Um,
President or something. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there in the atmosphere. I mean, I'm just saying, you're amazing. You're great. You've been doing this for a very long time. Um, is there
thank
anything
you.
that you can? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Is there anything that you can say to any upcoming artists that may have some questions or things like that? I was hoping someone would have chimed in today, but I'm sure they'll go back and take a look. But I just want to know what can you tell our upcoming new artists what to look for, what to expect?
For me,
Well,
or for
just in general, what
themselves.
to yeah, just entail what to look out for because you're an independent
Um,
artist and you've been
yeah,
that for a very long time.
yeah. Well, first I want to address the reason, like you said, oh, you're around all these people and you would be nervous. I look at it and I tell people all the time, they're human. They're just like, to
Yes.
me, we're all the same. Like you're an artist as well. You're an artist in your own right. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you very
But I mean,
much.
I always said I never had that gene, if you will. I have to address this. Like I never had that, oh my God, like, I mean, you remember when I used to call you from Shaquille O'Neal's house and you would see
I
Shaq's
know.
name on the thing. But they came to me like, hey, we like your voice, we like you. Because I think, and I just can try and end it like this. Like a lot of people that I've become friends with that are like famous or whatever, well known, I've always felt, and might as well say no, they're cool with me because I treat them like
Like people.
they deserve to be treated like humans. Like we're
Mhm.
not supposed to worship. In my opinion, I can't. You
Yes.
can't. You're not supposed to worship these people. And I always, once in a blue moon, I make a I make a video and say you can appreciate the art. You can appreciate the song. It's okay to love the music and love the way someone sings or that painting or that book that person wrote, but it's a fine line, and be careful when it comes to worshiping the humans.
Worshiping them.
That is the dangerous game, like because now
Yes,
you're
it is.
putting people on pedestals like they're God, and they pick that up like, oh, you think I'm
Mhm.
different than you? I have a
Mhm.
mother, I have a father, I hurt, I have bills when I get home, even like the less since COVID or whatever, artists have been coming out like, look at my money, I'm getting kicked out of my house, and they try and show you like it's not all that glitters ain't gold. They're human beings with a
Amen.
gift like
And,
everybody else.
and I'm gonna drop a few names. I hope you don't mind the people that I've known for you to be in, around. Like I've
Yeah.
got pictures of you with Chris Tucker, Foxy
Shout out to
Brown,
Chris. Okay. Shout out to
Granique,
Foxy.
Quincy
Shout
Jones,
Rest in
Juliet Lewis,
peace.
who visit you and you visit her quite a they,
Yeah.
I can't help but to say her name. She's amazing too.
Uh, shout out.
And who else I was thinking of? Grace Jones, India Irie. The pictures. I'm
Mhm.
gonna let George see them one. I'm gonna bring them with me one. I'm gonna let him see them. I mean, it's just amazing to me, and that you're my sister, and I appreciate it. And I'm proud of you,
Aw,
and I
I'm
know
proud of
that
you.
all the things that you've been through and what you do is all for the goodness of His grace because you're doing exactly what you were here to do. That's why I'm saying when you be around these people, you are a part of the people. I know this one word, hatankata, hatankata. That means the people, the people, the people. Anything that you do, as long as it involves the people. That's why I love me some Eric Mays. And Art Woodson is right now
Yeah.
for the people. Hey, y'all, shout out to Art Woodson. Y'all go make sure y'all vote for him. I might not be in his ward, but I might still sneak a vote in. And
Oh,
Michael
that's
Black,
dope.
vote for them guys. I hate to do that politic thing, but them brothers is doing things out here in the community. We need to help bring them up in the world. Um, but for you, the documentary that you did, is that on Amazon Prime, right?
Yes, Dirty Dogs, the documentary where I actually helped change a law here in New Orleans that for since the 1970s they kept black people out. Now I'm on the podcast. I'm like, let me tell you the truth. No, okay. Happy Black History
She
Month.
got it out of
They
the
did.
mud,
They
y'all. Straight out of Flint, Michigan mud, down in New Orleans, changing laws. Woo, woo.
Shoot.
All right,
Since
I'm
the
clap for you, baby.
1970s, they only allow one food cart vendor in the French Quarter, which is the most economically and profitable part
Mm,
of New Orleans. The French Quarter. That's where all the tourists come. Since the 1970s, they've only allowed one food cart, and that's Lucky Dogs. It's not a slight against
lucky
Lucky
dogs.
Dogs, but nobody comes to New Orleans and gets off the plane saying, "Take me to your closest hot dog." And so myself and the producer from E Television, we were like, "Yo, that's weird. Why would you, keep the locals that serve the mayor, serve the governor, that are famous for their food?" Out legally, they were not allowed to come into the French Quarter and sell their food. So for 3 years, we had meetings with the Vocalist Commission. Vocalist is the French Quarter, the people that tell you what color you can change your house if you can. They
Do
run
it
the
what?
French Quarter. Oh yeah,
I
because
didn't know
it's
that.
300 years old. So they really, that's another thing why a lot of people come here, because they really preserve their history. When you look at the homes and
Authenticity.
stuff, they're really serious about preserving the history. Like you can't just come down here and be like, "Oh, I'm a billionaire, so I'm going to change the house." They're like, that's the rest of America. Y'all always want to go forward. We want to keep, on
Wow.
certain levels, the aesthetics and things like that, the traditions, the same. But okay, I just got off. But
That's
yeah, so
okay.
the name of the documentary, that's the Vocalist Commission. We had meetings with the Vocalist Commission, City Council, the mayors, the governors, politicians. We interviewed all the famous chefs. Shout out to
Yes,
the
yes.
Yakami, that were always turned down and not allowed. And as of 2023, the law was overturned, and now there are 15 to 20 food cart license permits allowed in the French Quarter.
Hmm.
And now you
I
have
watched
real
it.
New Orleans born and raised. And I did say, "Hey, if you change this law, please don't just thank you." I was like, please. Yeah, I was like, if you change this law, please don't just give it to people that are like, "I just moved here from Ohio," because that's gonna be like a slap in the face to the people of New
Yes,
Orleans. And so the
yes.
first people that are now set up in the French Quarter are born and raised native New Orleans with families and children. And hopefully one day this could lead to the possibility of them having their own brick and mortar, their own, businesses and storefronts in the French Quarter, as well
Right.
as not just, So yeah, it's Dirty Dogs. The documentary is the name of the documentary, and it's on Amazon Prime. You can find that. And I'm the narrator and one of the producers of
And you
Dirty
interview the
Dogs.
people. Yep, and she's
Yeah.
interviewing the people. I actually enjoyed it. I
Thank
learned a lot
you.
what was going on down in New Orleans by watching it.
Yeah.
I thought that at first I thought it was just gonna be you talking behind the scenes, and then I saw you. I said, "Hey, pause it! There she go." I was selling Jean. I said, "Pause it, pause it. Let me get a snapshot of this picture." So to me,
Aw,
just to watch that and watch you work and do what you love, because you can do anything you set your mind to. Just like you said, you're not just stuck in one segment of your life. You go out and do things, just like
mm,
with Pops. I had the pleasure to meet Pops down here. And
yeah.
what's her name, Doreen, and a couple other the musicians, and Corey Henry. Shout out to Corey Henry and the
Yeah.
Tremaine Funk Band. Shout out to them. I hope I said it right. Shout out to
Yeah,
them.
Corey Henry and the Tremaine Funktan. That's the reason why I went to the Grammys, because I'm the
Yeah,
vocalist on the album. They're musicians. I was the singer. So Corey
yes.
Henry is, yeah. Shout out
And
to
then I
Corey
went
Henry.
to she took me to Kermit Ruffins. I enjoyed the gumbo there. It was the best gumbo I had in my life. She performed there as well while I was there having lunch. I missed that time. I'm planning to come back again. I don't know when, but I'm coming back. So,
Yeah.
how was Mardi Gras? I saw
Mardi
you
Gras,
singing, and it was packed.
yeah,
I saw your
millions of
post. You said
people.
last year and compared to this year,
Yeah,
it
you
was
saw the
yeah.
difference. Millions of people. They said that within 7 days of 7 days worth of Mardi Gras, the city made $7 billion. So if that is an indicator of how many people came to the city, I sing, and I think a lot of locals feel this way. People that live in the city, we perform, we do what we have to do. I don't care if you're a Lyft driver, if you're a singer, a trumpet player, whatever, and you get back in the house because it's so many people, and they're all having fun, and it's all like yay, yay. So that's always a good thing to know that people are just happy. It's not just, oh, millions of people and, oh, are they gonna, all this stuff. No, it's just they're here to eat their king cake. If you don't know, Google, to eat their king cakes and to just enjoy and try to have a great time. Lots of
I,
parades, lots of floats, lots of gifts, lots of throws every day.
I just remember the messy beignets. Oh my lord! Did
Yeah,
I say it
beignets are
right?
delicious.
It just I was like, why is this powder everywhere?
because
It's
it's
powdered
delicious.
So
sugar,
it's
powdered
that powdery
sugar.
deliciousness.
That's one of the best parts of New Orleans.
The beignet. She took me to the
Yeah,
authentic place where I mean, being I will say now a native there because you've been there for what 13 years. How long you
10.
been there? 10 years.
10.
It feels like
Mm-hmm.
13. But she's been
Oh,
there for a very long time, and the time when I went, it was in the peak of things. It was just right before COVID, I believe it was. So things were still popping. We got to move around. We went on She took me on, like, the tours and different stuff like that. I mean, just
yeah.
like when I went to
I took her to
Chicago.
Preservation Hall. You got to
Yep,
go to
Preservation
Preservation
Hall.
Hall. Not to interrupt.
Nope,
Preservation Hall, a
I'm
couple
trying
of
to remember
hotels,
all the
but
things, the
yeah,
historical
legendary, like
things.
you said, Kermit Ruffins. And for those that are like, I don't know, Spike Lee keeps a picture of Kermit Ruffins in his living room on his fireplace. Kermit Ruffins is just a beautiful spirit, a great musician. Yeah,
It is.
I love Kermit
Um,
Ruffins.
I liked, one of the things I really liked about New Orleans myself is the people. The people were always
Yeah.
pleasant. I mean, it was people standing in front of the little restaurants with food outside, like, "Here, try this." I was like, "I don't wanna try no alligator." She was like, "Yeah, you gotta try it. It's really good." I was like, "Mm." But everything that they did was good. The hospitality was good. But it seemed like to me some of the sit-in restaurants we went in was kinda like was it used to be a house before? Because most of them are like shotgun houses and stuff like that. So I just remember going in one place and it looked like it was a house, but then we walked to the back and that's where we ordered the food and we sat down and ate.
Mhm.
There's a lot of the restaurants down there like that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say all of them, but I mean, if you look around, you could see that. Like, I remember New Orleans is the oldest city in America. Like,
Right.
it's 300 out of all the rest of the states. It's 300 years old. And again, they are very serious about preserving the architecture. Like, that's
Yes.
very, very important.
Just like
So,
that
I walked.
hotel.
Mm-hmm.
What did you watch? What was you
Um,
gonna say?
no, I walked into I'll just say, I won't say, well, I walked into a famous venue here in the French Quarter, and the first thing I felt was sad. And I remember feeling sadness, and I turned to one of the musicians, who I was really cool, who I'm really cool with, and I asked him. I said, "What happened here?" And he said, "Oh, you feel it, huh?" I said, "What happened?" He said, "Blue, this is where they used to auction off the slaves." And it was such a tiny venue,
Mhm.
but it just felt really, I felt sad. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'll never forget that, like feeling sad. And he was like, yeah, they used to have them cramped in here and they would auction. It wasn't all
Mhm.
outside, they would be inside. And this was one of the places. He was like, they don't like to say that because they want you just, oh, good time music. And he
Mhm.
was like, but yeah.
I was that's kinda
So
I'm
yeah,
glad you
there's
brought that up because that's kinda where I was going to,
mhm.
like, one of the places that you and I had went to when we walked in, where they did the girls trip at that hotel. And I was like, "Why do they
Oh
have all this
yeah,
stuff
Hotel
in here? All
Montleon.
this stuff just looks, like it been here for a long time." He was like, "Girl, they preserve everything." And then as we was walking through and I was like
Yeah.
and the aura that I felt in there, I was like, wow. And you said, keep in mind, us, were never really allowed in this part here like this. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And I mean, I don't want to go there, but I'm gonna go there because that's what we're on here for. Where I live in the French Quarter, like I'm still learning things, and I'm very I love New Orleans. I love the people here, so I try to
They
definitely be
definitely love
very,
you.
sensitive in how yeah, I have a lot of love. I love them too. But make a long story short, where I live, sometimes people or just see me walking into my home, especially our own people, and will say, "You live here?" And I'll say, "Yeah." And girl, to this day, they'll say, "Wow, I've never known anyone black that lived in the French Quarter, let alone over here." And they were
Right,
like, back in the day, we weren't even allowed in the French Quarter.
right.
They would chase us out. So that's like, you know what I mean? That hits you too,
Even
like, you know.
yeah, I know when they did that CSI New Orleans down there,
Mhm.
I think that was a time when I was down there and they was like filming down the road and that one guy was like he was a part of the show and everything. I forgot, was it Mike? I can't think of his name, the little guy. I cannot think of
Itchy,
his name.
Itchy. I don't know. It could have been
Not Itchy.
anybody.
No, I remember meeting Itchy walking
Itchy.
down
Oh,
when he was
yeah.
performing.
He also
I
Itchy
remember that.
played for Jill Scott. He played with Jill Scott on her tour. But yeah, it
Okay.
wasn't Itchy. So it wasn't
No.
ET. I don't know. Was he black? Was he white? I have no idea.
No, he was white. He was the guy. He said that he was part of the CSI New Orleans, the TV show.
Okay. Okay.
He was like the
Oh,
neighbor,
well,
like a
oh, Mickey. Yeah, he
Mickey. I
moved to
thought it was
Florida.
Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike or Mickey, whatever. Uh-huh.
Mickey. No, I think it was Mickey. I thought it was Mike at first, but
Mhm.
Mickey. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just reminiscing. I remember meeting these people, and then like when you did that little mini concert in your own quarters of your backyard, you had your band back there, and you had your little
Yeah.
nice plants and everything around. That was so soothing, just to see that, and to know that I was just right there. You know,
Thank
New
you.
Orleans is a
Mhm.
beautiful place to be. It is.
Mhm.
Um, I think that it's got a lot of history. And I think
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people want to visit there and come to see. And everybody who comes there that knows me, they always say, "Get a hold of your sister. I want to see
Yeah,
this
I'm
thing. I
always a
want to go
phone
where
call
she's at."
away. I'm always happy to let people
Yeah.
know, hey, this is the best tour guide, or this is the best restaurant, or oh, you're
Yes.
coming on Thursday, you need to be on Frenchman at the Blue Now, or you need to be there on Friday, or you need to go to Kermit Ruffins, and you could Kermit Ruffins. You see, I keep talking about him, but he's amazing, a
Mhm.
legend. But you can find anybody walking into Kermit Ruffins on any night, from Trombone Shorty, the great Trombone Shorty, to the R&B singer Monica, to I mean,
Really?
super thin. Yeah, because it's everyone. That's why I love New Orleans too. Nobody, no, quote unquote celebrities come here because we don't. We're all the same. We're not. Oh, we're not
Exactly.
starstruck, and
Yeah.
because we. I think everybody gets it that, or they seem to get some. But like, yo, we all the same. We're human beings that
They
have
come to be
a
human.
dream. Hmm?
They come to be human.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what they come. Some comfort, but some come because they watched it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
'Cause they
So
wanna
we
party.
yeah some come to
We got
party
somebody
because
online.
they
Serenity said,
hey.
"More" what's that say? Somebody said, "Are there blacks in the French Quarter now?"
I love you for
More
asking
blacks.
that. Yes, yes, there are. There
Eh,
are.
yes, there are.
You think I'm the
Alright.
only one? Shoot. But yeah. That's what it seemed like at first. I was like, "Am I the only one?" But no, they're blacks. They're blacks that
But
play. Yeah,
everybody
live.
knows you down there. They all know you. When I was down there, I felt like, okay, I'm gonna say it. I felt like I was with a celebrity because everywhere we went, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, Blue." They was serenading her, giving her hugs, showing her love, all these things. And I'm up here like, is that such and such? Just like you was talking about the last time,
Yeah.
how Eric Clapton and you ran across him or he ran across you. I'm
creating
sure it's a lot of people that see you, and I see all your pictures on Instagram. I see them on TikTok, all these things you're doing, and people are chiming in. So shout out to all you guys out there who are
it.
showing some love to Blue Eyes, my
Yeah. Yeah.
sister, and letting her
Thank
see,
you.
letting her shine and sow her seed while she's down there. And I'm telling you, your music is awesome. I still to this
Thank
day listen to the
you.
old the greats that I'm gonna always play. Phenomenal Man, Lately, which is my favorite.
Phenomenal
On
Man
the
is Happy
Beach.
Black History Month. Thank you. Phenomenal Man is dedicated to the black man. It's not about disrespecting any other culture, but I
It
feel
is
like the
not.
brothers not shown enough love, especially from their own. There are people obviously that are in our culture that love the black man, but it just seems like, now due to social media, everything's, a little bit hyper over. And I'm
Mhm.
like, yo, that song was written dedicated to let them know, hey, you know,
I
you
know
guys are
that's right.
phenomenal. I know it ain't
It's
easy, but
such
you're
a beautiful
phenomenal.
yep. You've been good to me. I was just gonna hit a couple verses out of it. I can't sing it, but I quote it.
Um,
But I love it. I love it. I love it. And the
Thank you.
atmosphere that you're in, the atmosphere as far as like the mindset that I mean, that's what I mean. The mindset that you're in is so uplifting and inspiring to young ladies that are coming up listening to you sing, young men that are inspired by the music that you're producing. I want to ask you this question. Have you
Okay.
written any new music of your own yet? Because I know you used to write a lot.
Yes, I have, and I'm actually waiting patiently to get back in the studio, which hopefully, from what I just spoke to the studio engineer actually yesterday, by the end of March, I'll be laying down new music. I have, yeah, a few albums that I've been working on that, some will be an EP, one will be an EP, the other will be an album. Yeah. So I am, to
Okay.
answer your
Well,
question,
you know
yes.
I'm hey, your sister looking forward to it, and Imma
And
start making sure that music that I love so much get heard. But before we end today, I want to thank you all once again for tuning in. I want to give a shout out to Out of the Mud Inc. for having me here today. Check me out on hmm, Sunday might be a little difficult. I keep forgetting I got an event. Come to my event on Sunday, March 1st at Levels from 3 to 6. Check me out. We're going to be doing a meet and greet with a lot of small black business owners. Plus, doing our thing, we got poetry, live music, open mic. Please come and entertain yourself. I'm sure you'll be entertained. A lot of people who came last 2 Sundays ago, enjoyed it and have a good time. It's the RBT experience. I want to show you that the talent that you have, even if you just want to get up there and tell a true something story or ask a question to another business owner or whatever you want to do, come on out and meet and greet with us a little bit. But did I just see something pop up there, George, for I asked my beautiful sister to sing a little bit of I Won't Complain?
Oh,
Looking like Angie Stone with blue eyes. Serenity Walker
thank
said you were
you.
like Angie Stone with blue eyes.
Rest in peace to that queen. Rest in peace to the dead.
Amen.
Rest in peace to Angie Stone, a
I'll
beautiful,
do.
beautiful talent. And I hope you're doing well. You said her name is Serenity.
Yes, go right
Shout
ahead.
out to
You
you,
know her.
Serenity. I hope you're doing well. Lots and lots of love to you, Serenity.
All right, I got another question for you. Go ahead, sir.
So I just had going back to your Grammy nomination. Now that
Mm.
experience, what type of doors and opportunities has that brought to you, being that you've been nominated, if any at all, or what did you take out of it as the blessing or the curse?
Oh, no curse. Like no curse. It was yes, I feel like a few doors have been open. I don't want to jinx anything because it was literally this month that I'm just returning from the Grammys, but I do have some hopefully exciting news to share with
Okay.
you. Maybe in a couple of months by June. Like things right now are still being negotiated and things like that. So
Make sure you
that's what I said.
share
I
with
don't
us
want
right
to
here
jinx
on Out of the
it.
Mud first.
Okay.
All
Hmm.
right. I said, make
No,
sure you
what'd you
share
say?
with us on Out of the Mud.
I sure will. And in regards to answering your other question, what good things came from the Grammys. To be honest, the best thing that came to me was confirmation that I'm doing the right thing, by keeping God close and believing in myself. Because I wasn't looking. I used to run around quoting KRS-One. I never run a Grammy. I'm not going to Tony. I'm probably saying it wrong, but KRS-One was famous. I loved when he said that. I didn't wear a Grammy. Tony. And I was like, yeah. And so I was like that, like, but anyway, I'm not going to embarrass myself any further. I just took pride in being an independent artist and just thought, excuse me, maybe one day someone will, like, acknowledge me when I'm gone. And there was a Black girl with blue eyes, and she came from Flint, and she's independent. She used to live in France and Italy and Switzerland. Then she came back and lived in New Orleans. Yo, she got a. So I wasn't, but I wasn't expecting the Grammy. So it was like, I wasn't even, I've always said no thank you to record labels. When they try and sign me, I'm like, no thank you. Like, I don't want to be owned. I want to own my own self, or only be owned by my creator. Right. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. But that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm old school too. For me, it's like God, then the man, my career, and life. You know what I mean? Not, I want the world to worship me, and I want to be on I hear that a lot. Oh, you should be on American Idol. And I'm like, no, thank you. I like to pay bills, and I like to own myself, and people always laugh like, oh, I get you, girl. I get you. But so to be nominated and wrap that answer up for you, to be nominated, like, when I've been living with that mindset, like, oh, I'm independent, I don't care, about keeping up with the Joneses or awards and everything. And to be nominated for a Grammy, it was like, yo, like I say, you want to you want to see God laugh, make plans for tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be independent. I'm gonna be on the low. They'll probably talk about me later when I passed on. And they're like, I did a lot of press, and I keep doing more press, and I keep getting booked for more festivals. And I'm like, oh, that's a good confirmation. So the Grammy was a good confirmation. Boo, you're doing your thing. You don't have to be with the corporate. You don't have to sign your life away, and you can still be acknowledged for being yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And one thing I don't believe people really comprehend, if they haven't been in the entertainment or specifically music business, is how locked in you have to be with these contracts in order to be a human being. You don't own it's almost like being in the service. You don't own yourself no more. And so I comprehend the understanding of freedom, or the overstanding of freedom that you want and have, being who you are. So the recognition comes a little bit, but just remember, like you have and you do, that you don't need that recognition to be who you are, because it's gonna come anyway.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. Because people don't get it. I mean, and you would hope that with certain stories coming to light, that a light bulb will go off. Like, hey, maybe I shouldn't, sign to this record label, or maybe I shouldn't be so quick to sign papers, because a lot of people,
we don't say, all want to be rubbed down with baby oil.
Yeah. Yes.
So
or have Dave Chappelle make a
thing. Or make Dave Chappelle make what? Because he my guy.
I said, or have. I said, or have. Thank you. Okay.
Make a joke about you. Yeah. Like, share, and subscribe. So if you're watching this show right now, go ahead and hit share. Go ahead and hit like. And you can subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. All these good things. Out of the Mud is a media company that's doing things here in Flint, Michigan. I'm proud to be a part of this organization, I should say. I'm giving a shout out to George F. Grundy II, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and Larry Lott. And I want to give a shout out to myself too, because I feel that as an artist, as my sister stated, that sometimes people go overlooked and underrated. So I don't want to let my own situation to block my blessings. So I'm going to do exactly what she said. I'm going to keep on pushing forward and just doing what I'm designed to do, what makes me feel good about my work. So what's that one girl say? Cash me in traffic or whatever. But no, I'm going to be.
I want to add this. Give to what you're saying, Tara. give those people grace. I know it's easier said than done. Oh, my phone. But give them grace when people are mean or negative or have something to talk about, or oh, I remember in 8th grade, or like what? Give them grace, because those people a lot of times are hurting. They're insecure. They're not confident. They don't
Right.
have the courage that you may have, or you know what I mean? You never know who's like, man, I wish I could just put out books. Man, I wish I was bold enough to even get on a podcast, or whatever. Man, I wish I had enough, people that, start restaurants and stuff. Man, I wish I could start a restaurant. I wish I could sing. I wish I could read. I wish I could, it's a lot of people that still can't read to this day. And you never know.
That's
I
right.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
But so give them grace, be empathetic, and just try to remember, like, when people are not nice and mean, try to give them grace. Do not excuse or justify or excuse it, but try to give grace and be empathetic. Like, person might be hurting.
I appreciate that. Thank you
I'm
for that advice.
gonna handle you with a wooden spoon. I'm still gonna be polite,
Right.
but I'm gonna handle you with a wooden spoon, or
Well,
a
I'm
long
glad you
handled spoon, not a wooden,
long
a
hand
long handle.
long handled wooden spoon. Well, I
Yeah.
really appreciate that you dropping that on me. I really needed to hear that because it does make a difference. It looks like Serenity said, "Can you blow that up just a little bit?"
Hi,
Serenity
Serenity.
said, first she said, "Amen." First, she said, "Yeah, get to level Sunday 3 to 6." Yes, ma'am. Amen. That's great, but I know independent is harder, but stay where it's working for you. Tara, you keep pushing too. People, what to say? People sleep on I can't see that. The Amazon route.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. Keep pushing. Thank you very much, Serenity. I appreciate it.
But let me say
And
something, Serenity. Let me say something to Serenity. You say a lot of people have that in their head. Oh, being an independent. Oh, it must be such harder route. How? Let me walk you through my home. Praise the Lord. Like, how? Because I mean, it's harder. I'll say this. It might be harder for those that are considered more concerned about keeping up with the Joneses, or oh, I want to be famous immediately. Like, it's really psychological. I always tell people, yo, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. Like, I'm very humble, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, this and that. But it's the opposite. I've seen myself make more than famous people on TV. It's
I hear you.
more people are more concerned about being famous. That's
Yep.
the challenge.
That's what makes it
Like,
hard.
oh, well, I have a million likes. I have a million things. I Show Speed. That's the #2 streaming guy in the entire world. That's a 21-year-old brother from Detroit, Michigan. He came to New Orleans and found me. Now, before he found me, a week before my TikTok started blowing up, you go to my TikTok, Alicia Renee K Blue Eyes, you'll see, wow, this girl has millions of views. Not, oh, one time she had 1,000,000 views. Oh, not 2 times she had 1,000,000. Go to my stuff. I'm independent. I'm blessed.
And
I
still getting
love
those
what I
things.
do. You hear an
Mhm.
echo in my home. That's peace. I have peace and quiet. I don't have to keep up with the Joneses. So it's not, and we've got to like reverse that way of thinking, oh, if I believe in myself and I really believe in myself, meaning I own my own business. I own my own S corp. I own my own little LLC. I make
Amen.
my money the way I want to, because God gave me a gift. I don't have to have a boss, and I'm not knocking
We're
anyone that
sharing
has
our
a boss,
gifts.
but it's not so hard. When you're independent, you set the price. It's
Okay.
about how hard. And I love what I do. It doesn't feel like a job. I'm singing. I grew up in the church. We sing on Sundays. We sing at school. We sing walking down the street. We sing listening to WDZZ 92.7 FM. You know what I mean? It's natural. So it doesn't even feel like a job. So it's not this, oh gosh, woe is me. Please, please.
I'm going to give
This
your
is
butt a
my
Grammy.
last jug of water. This is my last jug. Please,
That's an Oscar.
someone.
I'm going to
You
give
feel
you
me?
another
It's
Grammy. I'm sorry. I'm
not.
going to give you an Oscar. I'm glad you corrected me. You're going to get
Yo,
you
but
an
it's
Oscar.
not. When they be like, oh, it's got to be so hard. I'm like, yes, no, what?
Well,
Because I've
that's
never
good.
cared about. Yeah, but I want
I mean,
other people to know that too.
I do
Soldier
too.
Boy
I
was
want
supposed to
people to
teach
know
you
that.
that because of the internet. Soldier Boy became famous off of his own self. Though that was what 20 years ago. Like we have to get out of the mind frame. Like I have to be attached to a famous name. I have to be with a corporate. I have to sign to a record deal. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Y'all got to start
Jackson,
reading between the lines and stop like,
yeah.
so tough.
I
Like,
definitely agree.
what?
That's the reason why I like to do the things the way I do them. I like to be in a part of out of mud. I like to do my book writing. I like to do what I do at the church. I like to do what I do for my job and add passages and things like that. These are the things that I like to do because, like you said, I'm always reading and writing. I'm always quoting. I'm always researching information about something. I think that you're right where people get that misconstrued with what life is really about because if you got it in you and god gave all of us a gift to use, you just got to figure out how to stir it. You got to figure out how to move
Yeah.
it around, and if it don't, you know, something and it don't work well for you, then you push it on to somebody else, so that may be a beneficial factor for them to learn,
That's
to
right.
grow, and move forward. I do believe in it. I really do. um
Yeah, we have
I
the
also
internet now. We have the
Yeah,
internet now. We don't have to, we can create our own life, our own experiences, our own circumstances, you
You know
know.
who you sound like right now with the Independence?
Maya Angelou. No, I'm just joking.
Dame Dash. Dame
dang,
Dash.
dang.
Oh, shout
Yeah.
out. But he's always trying to tell people to believe in
I,
themselves. I mean,
yeah. I think that's the lessons that we need to learn. I think that he teaching a bunch of people the
read
path they need to go.
read what Serenity said so I don't have to squint. The last part. I didn't.
shout out to Dame Dash. Shout out to Dame Dash.
And Serenity, she said, I didn't mean in that way, just like not having managers or agents or whatever, but we can talk later. No fame is not what I meant.
Okay. Well, I'm glad she still put it out there because a lot of people don't understand and they do misconstrue that. But now I understand what you meant by that, Serenity. And yes, we will
Yeah,
talk
thank
later.
you,
Um,
Serenity. Thank you.
you
Yeah,
you
I do
know who
manage
Serenity
myself,
is.
Serenity. I manage
You
myself. I do my own bookings. I make sure I'm with BMI Publishing. I have my attorneys. But yeah, so that part, my bad, Serenity. I was like, but I am glad I said what I said too, because there are
I
people
am
that are
too,
like,
because it
"Hmm,
needed to be known. But you do know who Serenity is. I will talk with you about her later as well. Alicia, you do know who she is. I
shout
know
out to
we're
you,
getting close.
Serenity.
I got to get you to give me. I mean, if I won't complain is a little deep for you right now. I mean,
It's not
I
that
want
it's
to hear. I want to hear something gospel, anything, whatever you want, just a little verse, whatever, whichever
Some
kind of way.
Mahalia Jackson.
Mahalia Jackson.
Oh, okay.
That's what George actually called
Mahalia.
Mahalia. I don't know.
All
I don't know
right.
many of her songs, but go right ahead.
You
Whatever,
know, Mahalia.
anyone you want.
Soon thy will be done. This is Mahalia Jackson. I'm gonna go a little bit lower.
Okay.
With the trouble, I need to stand up for this child. Lord have
All right,
mercy. All
baby
right.
girl, give
I
it to
was
me.
chilling. I'm
You
just
gotta put
that's
some
all.
respect on that
Chilling.
Mahalia song.
Yeah, you can't just be all crunched over in the couch. Okay. Okay, 1 second. I have
I just
this
love
is
her
on.
voice. Such
Okay.
an amazing voice.
Soon thy will be done with the trouble of the world. Trouble of the world. Whoa, trouble of the world. I said, soon thy will be done with the troubles of the world. 'Cause I'm going home to live with my God. Rest in peace, Mahalia.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And I know I'll be putting you on the spot by singing, but I miss hearing your voice daily. I
Oh,
remember we used
thank
to sit
you,
in the
love
back
you.
room and chat and chat and
And
chat for
sing.
hours. And I'll be trying to
Yes.
sing. We used to sing Sister together all the time.
Yeah.
And off of
Shoot, I
Color
remember
Purple,
everything.
I really treasure those moments and those days. And I'm not a singer, I'm a
Same
karaokeer,
here.
but I love what I do. So, Alicia, is there
Yeah.
anything that you want to ask me before we end the show today, or anything you like to state?
Yeah, people can find me on social media. You can go into Google, Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes, or you can go to my Instagram. Just if you put in Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes, in Google, everything will pop up. Like on the first page, this is her Instagram, this is her Facebook, this is her TikTok. But Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes, and yeah, I just want to say shout out and lots of love to everybody in Flint, Michigan, and thank you to Out of the Mud for even having me, and thank you for your questions and allowing me to share a little bit of my experience and my knowledge as an independent artist. And yeah, just a huge thank you. But
Did
Alicia
you
Renee,
did you
Alicia,
share? Did you hit
Renee.
share?
Hmm?
Did you hit share on your
Yeah,
button?
well, I'm on my phone. I will definitely share.
Okay, because it'll like if you share while we're live, it'll be live while we're talking.
Okay, I just don't want it to hang us up, but let me
Oh
try.
no, it should be a
If it
little
hangs us
arrow that
up,
says share.
feel like okay. Well, I kept asking. Okay,
I don't know.
where is it?
Yep, and then just hit
Yeah.
post.
All
Yep.
right, but you said if it. Okay, you said share.
Yeah, it's just like, while if you're on the Facebook and you're looking at it, you just hit share and post, and it goes, and you can share it to whatever you want later. Just appreciate your time. I appreciate the knowledge you dropped on me and the advice you gave me. I really do appreciate that. And I hope some of the things or all the things that you were saying resonated with all the people that have been listening. I hope that they follow you. Also, follow us here at Out of the Mud. Like, share, and subscribe. And
Let me see.
till next week. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm going to be doing this one more time.
Oh, I was so afraid it was
Getting
gonna
her
hang
back
us
on
up.
here again. Huh?
I'm sharing, and I was.
Oh, I think something happened.
I didn't
Lost
want
you.
to keep sharing.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's why I didn't. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Can you
you.
hear me?
Yep, it's moving.
I will share when when it ends. I'll share
Okay,
when it ends. My biggest fear.
okay. I got you, boo. All right. Well, we have come to an end of the Red Alert RBT Snaps in Chat. Today, talking with Alicia Renee, aka Blue Eyes. It looks like we did get a chance to hear her sing a little bit. So, with that being said, I just want to let you all know that I appreciate you for joining in. Please